their ideas for Black History Month. I didn't know if we would be able to pull it off, but we did with a miracle, having Steve and Peter here today. And I'm going to let them talk about themselves and their background, their experience. Steve's done a lot of work in the area, County, Philadelphia, Princeton area. And they also are very special in the film. Also share experiences about history with music and relate to African American music and Black History Month. So we appreciate them. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It's really wonderful. It really is. So we can't solely represent Black History Month, but we will share our experiences with you, and I really appreciate that. Wonderful host and Carol has been all the communication on this program. So thank you for allowing us to be with you this afternoon. Carol, how much time do we have? I want to make sure I respect everyone's time.
You have at least an hour.
At least an hour. That should not go beyond 3 o'clock.
If you do, we're okay with that.
Okay. If you're enjoying it, stay. If not, I'll take a hint. Okay, all good. All right, so I guess let's talk about kind of why we're here. I guess why I wanted to be with you. Over the past, say, 10 years or so, I've had a number of experiences where folks have asked for, tell me more. That's kind of how it all started out. Initially, there was a art exhibit up at the Michigan Museum, sure you've been up there in Philadelphia. And they said, hey, we have this all African American art, and we'd love to have a music program. So when I worked with this, can you do this? And I said, sure. And I happened to be a student of the civil rights era. I said, yeah, sure, I do something here and there. I said, well, if you did a program that was about an hour, what would it be like? So I wrote and did a marketing promo about that. I said, it would sound something like this. And I wrote something up and sent it. Well, 2 weeks later, she called and said, you're both. I said, well, there's no program. She said, better get right. So that started a journey over the last decade or so of putting together concerts and programs that are educational that share around the African American experience. And that one was about the civil rights era. And then there was a wonderful program called We Shall Not Be Moved. And a whole arc of growth that happened in African American music. And then concept after concept started coming around that. The next one I think is called Paul Robeson Songbook. And some of you may know the name Paul Robeson, we'll talk about him in the program. I think the next one after that was called maybe that whole Black Magic, which was a salute to some of the greatest crooners alive, or of yesteryear. That's okay. But like legacies like Sammy Davis Jr. and Nat King Cole back in the day, it was a very important thing to help bring music forward to the jazz. And then we also did a show called Brothers on Broadway, which was in the 20s, all the way through shows on Broadway stage, all in one show, 2-hour show that really distributes those legendary men, guys, so I think I'll guys. One-man show, 2 hours. That was really happening in Vermont, New Jersey. So it was a huge effort, and we had a great time with that. And then more recently, the last show, the 5th one, was one called Lord Write My Name. And it was a salute to really taking African American spirituals and interlacing that with poems and narratives from enslaved people and iconic Black figures throughout history. So Peter and I get to travel around and do a bunch of things and share this music. So it was really Carol collaborated with. We did a little snippet of each of those to give you an idea of what this place are all about. During the day, I'm an executive for a financial software company. I own a production company that helps both do different types of work. So I get to play during the day and then really play during the night. Great time. Peter, I think you should talk about
yes.
There we go. Oh, there we go. And I'm Peter. Keith and I are best friends. You know, we love to hang out together. So this is like it's pretty great to like be able to collaborate with your buddy. He's going to tell you about this book, you know. But by day, I'm a Villanova professor. I teach the history of music, the history of jazz, and theater at Villanova's theater department. So that's
all right. We'll get down to the music. The very first one that we're going to do is actually from show We Shall Not Be Moved, concert communication. That again starts touched upon music starts with the 20s, all the way through the civil rights era, And in the full concert, we touch upon everything from Baroque music, main staples, we have music in there from, Sam Cooke, a lot of great people of impressions, a lot of music that was really important and galvanizing. So, a couple of pieces from that.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise, high as listening skies. Let it resound loud as rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun, a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
That was Black National Anthem, and it really does open up the first piece of We Shall Not Be Moved. The entire piece arcs, again, from this one piece is a very, very dark time. As we get closer and closer to the time of Martin Luther King Jr., his speeches, his dream, his vision gets much, much brighter. Especially the March for Freedom represented that time. So I will read a little bit of what we usually do in the concert because the context for it. Music has the power to lift the hearts and unite minds. This is so important during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and the 1960s. The power of the message of the music shared was reported by several artists, white and black alike, Pete Seeger, Joan Baez, and several others. Today we'll hear from the works of several prominent artists in the civil rights era who raised their voices in passion to help and inspire change. However, solemnly and humbly acknowledging that the victory we still prize and share in the joys of today with our families is built upon the struggle and the back of many before us.
When his trial was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Roll down, protest, wake up in Egypt land, let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite thine earthborn dead. Let my people go. Protest, protest, wake up in Egypt's land. Temples will roll. Let my people go. Let my people go.
If you notice, a lot of the spirituals were written back in the day were were taken up during the civil rights movement because of that same theme, right? Let black people go, right? So in the 60s and 70s, they had a lot to say about that. If you're marching for black rights at the time. So this is why they're such a big for those. We're going to see another selection from the Shanapi group. And this is one that's really special to me. This is called No More Auction Rock. It's a very special story associated with it, but I kind of talk about it a little bit wrong, so I have to pick up on it. In 1963, Bob Dylan heard this melody and was astounded, so much so that he wrote a song of his own based on his own melody chord structure. When he did, the gospel artist made a staple, proclaimed for how a young white man could write a song that captured the passion and the aspiration of black people so powerful. How many roads must a man walk down before he calls him a man? Yes, and how many seasons the wife of them before she sleeps in the sun? Yes, and how many times must the sun fall by before the forever done? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many years can a mountain take before it's washed in the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before the love is free? The answer, my friend, is blowing, is blowing. The answer is blowing in the wind. No more road should walk on me. No more, no more. No more road should walk on me. Has a great run that you continue to put all over the place. We're going to transition now into Paul Robeson Songbook. Now, anybody know Paul Robeson's name? Okay, all right. Historical figure. I mean, people know the name of him. What does the man do? A lot. The man, when you think about it, he's a constant blend of back in the day, a scholar, an athlete, an actor, a singer, that he was an attorney, he did everything, right? He went to Rutgers at the time, and he won 15 varsity letters across 4 sports, and actually was a class valedictorian. Upon graduating, he went to professional football, and while he was playing professional football, he went to Columbia Law School as law student. He grew up in the church, and his father was a runaway slave, a minister of that church. And he just began singing. And he really took to heart the passion for the African American spiritual. And with a big bosso voice, which had not been heard a lot, he began to tour the world and impact the audiences, not just here in the United States, also over Europe. And they just loved it. Now they've never heard of before, he was spiritual. And so at that time, when he first started singing, he wasn't an activist as much as he was just passionate about the cause, but then he realized he had a platform, and he had something to say. And he was actually pursued by the FBI, a lot of dark stories, but the man made a lot of moves and was a very important African American figure. So the Paul Robeson Songbook is an hour-long concert, is a homage to the spirits of most love. So we're going to do a couple of those, and you're going to know, I'm sure. So I encourage you to sing along and get ready. So again, we walk through the scenes, right? Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Joshua fought that battle of Jericho. Again, these songs adopted during the Civil Rights era, again, because people reached back and said, no, there's some good themes back there that are obviously applicable to our day and age today. Okay. So now we got to figure out. Now you got a part. Get a part. All right. How's the ASI chorus coming along? You guys doing pretty well? Doing pretty well. I heard good things, Carol tells me. All right. So we're going to do this, aren't we? I think I did. I didn't get this right. Good. All right. The choir. Get the ASI choir. All right. This song is another song from the Paul Robeson Songbook. It requires a little bit of you. So it's called If I Got My Ticket. All right? If I Got My Ticket. And all you need to do is yell back to me, can I ride? So I'm gonna do, can I ride? Okay, I'm gonna say, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Hold up. The next part goes, ride away into heaven in the morning. This point? Ride away into heaven in the morning. We got practice one. You all ready? All right. Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away into heaven in the morning. Amen. All right, no practice tomorrow on the East, right? Yeah, the virtual chorus, you'll jam it up here, right? Okay. All right, here we go. I have faith in you, ASI board. I have faith. I have faith. Here we go. Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away into heaven in the morning. I hear you talk about the gospel train. I wanna be on it. Yes, that's my name. Turn up the station, patiently wait. It's ready to come and it's never late. So long coming that it's worried my mind. I thought it was late, but it was just in time. Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away to the heaven in the morning. You better hear me talk about the gospel train. Flicking a flag, yeah, for Jesus' name. I hope to be ready when the train comes. My ticket's all right and my work's all done. But Jesus be the ticket in the Holy God. In the story that way, let me left behind. Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away to heaven in the morning. Yeah. Can I ride? Can I ride? Can I ride? Ride away to heaven in the morning. Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away to heaven in the morning. You better hear me talk about the judge today. You got to know the sun to wait the way. And God and never look out. The Lord will order his rain about. Beat up the world and the things that feel. And tell me, my brother, will you get in or be fine? Can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Lord, if I got my ticket, can I ride? Ride away to heaven in the morning. Ride away to heaven in the morning. Ride away to heaven in the morning. Y'all done good. We got audition. That's going on. Got it going on. All right. All right. So y'all forgive me. Usually I'm used to being on the stage with lights and all that kind of craziness, and then this happens. How you doing? How you sing that song without like moving around? I know. Seriously, you gotta get moved, right? No, actually, I tore my Achilles tendon today. Yeah, right. Right. Read that. It was 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Oh yeah, I was at a skate park with my daughter. So.
I was gonna say, you probably did something silly.
Yeah, something ollie, and I'm like, yeah, no. I had no board. I had no good story. It's terrible.
You weren't even skating. I wasn't. We were at a church on Sunday, because we were performing at church, and he rolls in. Well, roll isn't quite right.
Yeah. Shuffled it. Yeah, I just looked on one of the walls.
Yeah.
I really want to have a really great story, but not, I don't. Awkward, unfortunate fall, I saw the truck outside, but anyway, so yeah, that happened, so I got to figure this out. But anyway, the music must go on, right? So that's a lot. All right, so Paul Robeson Songbook, some of you may also know Paul Robeson because going to Broadway, he was a famous actor who did Othello on Broadway, but more importantly, he's probably most known for his portrayal of the character Othello in the musical show. The show is 1927 years old by Oscar Hammerstein and John French. And it was a really pivotal point in history because up before that time, on the Broadway stage, every character in theater, as African American men, American, were always considered as the butt of the show. So, like a blackface and two-action sketches and things like that. Never serious and always just really very, very negative portrayal. And then when this musical Showboat came out in 1907, it put everything on its head. Because it's the very first time in front of a white audience, or you get to buy a ticket to get there, right? A character Joe, who's portrayed in show, he's a stevedore dock worker. He's not singing a comedic song, being a buffoon. He's actually having a very serious conversation about life and the way that things are in the show, one of the famous songs called Old Man Living. So your composition, I'd like to do that song for you.
Jolly folks work, honey, Mississippi. Jolly folks work, what you like to play. Pulling them folks from the dawn till sunset. Getting no rest till each judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't just make it white or strong. Bend your knees and bow your head and hold that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the white man boss. Surely that stream on the river Jordan. That's the stream that I long to cross. Old river, he must listen, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't plant winners, he don't plant cotton, and that land song is so forgotten. But old down river, he just keeps rolling along. You watch me, we sweat and say, Johnny goes making and rush today. Took that march and lift that veil. And you drunk, and you land in jail.
Thanks so much. And from there was a major pivot in American musical theater. So there, it changed the way that Black men were characterized, and it was a reflection point. All right, so now we're going to shift shows again, because you guys give y'all the best stuff, right? We're going to transition to a show called That Old Black Panther. And this is really a fun show. We just did it last night. And usually with a quintet, it's wonderful. Jazz quintet. And it pays homage to some of the greatest crooners from back in the day. This particular show highlights Sammy Davis Jr., Nat King Cole, Johnny Hartman, an unbelievable baritone who magnificent next year, and then also Billy Eckman. We're only going to do a couple of questions from that, but these are songs honestly from Great American Standard book. Joe, you won't know this one. I will give you a little intro. So Nat King Cole, legendary player, everyone knows him from Chestnuts roasting on the fire, right? He's an unbelievable vocalist. Really, he started out as a right industry. He really didn't think he was going to be the singer, but he got that golden voice. Well, this is one of the songs from his recording, and it's one of the ones that people don't know very often. But it's fun number. I say it's fun because it really has to do with two of my favorite topics in the world.
What are those topics?
Good set up there, Peter. Food and sex. HR is going to get me. It's about the music, people. It's about the music. It's about the music, right? So the funny story around this one is that the song was initially released on the radio, but because of its incendiary lyrics, it was pulled by CBS. It was too racy in the 1950s. Well, it was pulled from the air from CBS until one of Nat King Cole's friends offered a $5,000 reward for anybody that could translate the song back on the radio in a heartbeat, right? So this is a fun song, and it's called the Frim Fram song.
I don't know what it means.
We don't know it.
I go on French fried potatoes, red rice tomatoes. I'll never satisfy. I want to really on the side. I don't want pork chops and bacon. That's for me, baby. My appetite is high. I want the bread, sweet on the bay. On the side. Now a fella's really gotta eat, and the fella should try. I know that you can. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish cakes and rye bread. You heard what I said. Wait a piece of mine aside. I want the bread, on the side.
Sounds like a transit. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. I don't want to know. More fun wondering. More fun looking. All right. All right. So I think probably, again, this whole Battle of Black Magic contributed to several different furnishings. This one is an arrangement of Peter that he did for a show. This is in the middle of program. Yeah, right. We'll be doing a part of Battle of Black Magic too. It is that key song, Battle of Black Magic. So, I don't know. Many artists have done it, but Ken Davis Jr. did a very particular version of it, and it's not that. That old black magic of me, it is done. That old black magic that you need so well. I see fingers up and down my thumb, my pain, those witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. That painful tingle feeling sun and death, that elevator, soft ride, and round and round I go, all around I go. I believe that all night I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I must lay aflame with such a deep desire. Only your tears can help that blood. Only you're the lover I have waited for. You're the mate that makes heart be created for. And tell me why you're darling, down the down I go, all around I go. Loving that's been our name, under that old black magic I should stay away, what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such great desire, that only your tears can love that fire. We you're the lover I have waited for, your mate that makes heart be created for. I'm going mine, you're the sweet one. Darling, now and down I go, all around I go. Loving this morning, under that home, like magic all along. That home, like magic all along. That home, like magic all along.
pretty interesting time. Any questions? I know we want to allow people to kind of talk to us as well. And we don't want to do the one-way thing, but don't feel threatened. Wave your hand or whatever, okay? Oh, okay. Not shy. I was told you weren't shy.
I have a question about both of you and your musical talent, if that's okay. Were you both kind of naturally born with your talent, or is it something that you really both been working on throughout your lives?
Standing question. I'll focus on this one because I didn't start singing until later. You know, I think I really started singing when I was in high school. I guess this is late, you know. I was in, you know, choirs and courses and things like that, but I think it takes a while to expose you to find your passion. And then thereafter is everything, like a job, career, if you work at it, it's social mentors, you know, the partners in your lives, you take away shows, and I was on tour and public tours and things like that, and, you know, concert work, and I learned from everyone that was always around. Every cast was different, every mentor was different. You cultivate it, and I can do it all the time.
I do okay. I was a terrible piano student. I was a terrible piano student. You know, my teacher would give me, how many, you ever take piano? Your teacher gave you a little piece of paper to keep track of your practice thing. I would like pretend like I practiced, check all the boxes when I go in, and my teacher thought something was wrong with me. So I actually wanted to be a singer when I left high school. I wanted to be an opera singer. So I went to Peabody, and then I realized I didn't have the instrument vocally to do that. So I switched to composition, and I got a couple of degrees in that, and that turned out to be much better. But I had to work pretty hard. It didn't come.
Do you play like yours then?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I got music in front of me here,
Yeah.
which is nice, but.
You work with me, if I
He's very easy.
How did you guys meet?
How did we meet? What happened?
It's gotta be a fun.
What can I share while being recorded, right? No. I've seen Peter direct a local production of a show, so I knew his name. And I had need of finding a music director to stage programs on Broadway. I've worked with several people who are outstanding. I'm like, I need someone to do arrangements, drive the band, because I'm, you know, writing stuff, and people I can collaborate with. And I said, I wonder if he'd be willing to do it. And honestly, to this point, it's like, you got to reach out. And she knew who I was talking about. I said, oh, that guy, Peter Hilliard, would do it. And I said to her, hey, Mr. Hilliard. Yeah, remember me, but that was one of those kind of situations. It was over a Facebook Messenger, I think. I remember you. And
it was terrible, but sometimes good things happen,
right? Hey, look, then it's a number. I was like, hey, look, I got this project I'm working on, and it ended up being an amazing thing. A great opportunity. One of the, I think, fun and that was how we got to Brothers on Broadway. So, Brothers on Broadway, when it went on stage right before the pandemic, we did it at the War Memorial at the Capitol in New Jersey. Trent War Memorial.
Have you been there? Anybody been there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So insane. We actually did it with the Capitol Philharmonic, and we had over 1,000 people there that night. Killed. It was awesome. And it was a really successful thing there. Part there was wonderful. But we were pitching it, and before then, it's always been done with quintet. We've done it before with quintet. And I was like, we can do this in the orchestra, right? And so the maestro and I was with one of the trustees, the board member, and I'm at a house, and she's British. She's serving literally like cucumber sandwiches and like things and tea. I'm like, yeah, out, trying to act cool like I know what I'm talking about. And he's very laid back and didn't want to give away. I'm thinking about doing that Broadway. And usually when you perform with an orchestra, you usually have a solo, you do one or two songs. Like, oh, I can do Broadway, you know, like jazz, what do you want? He goes, yeah, that's Broadway thing. And he kept on talking, like, wait, are you talking the entire show? Now, here's the thing, it was written for a quintet. So, of course, at the bargaining table, I said, sure, we can do that with full orchestra, 50 pieces, no problem. I excused myself to use the restroom. I took my mobile phone with me, I'm like, Peter, will you arrange this for 50 pieces? He's like, sure. Of course, I came out of the bathroom very, very confident. And that's actually one of the, Peter stepped up.
I think I was like writing an opera during that time. And I was like, I can squeeze you in January. That was crazy.
Yeah, so we've had several crazy cases like that. But yeah, for sure, it's fun. It's been a great relationship.
Who
who were, for both of you, who were your biggest influences in music and, you know, the people or groups that made you say, I really want to be a musician?
There's really too many to mention. It kind of depends on what you're, like what end of the stuff that I do you're talking about. I mean, I don't know if you know some of the white dudes.
No.
But now it's out.
But I love black music. I love all the stuff that he performs so regularly. I feel so honored and blessed to be able to make it a part of my musical life. And that goes from the jazz musician. I teach the history of jazz at Villanova. And so I spend a lot of time talking about, you know, people going all the way back to Scott Joplin and Joey Well Morton and Art Tatum and Fats Waller and all of those amazing jazz pianists. But also, I mean, you heard we're doing stuff that's more recent than that. You know, I love Stevie Wonder and Prince and, you know, on the classical side of things, I'm a big J.S. Bach fan. I love Mahler and Strauss. I don't hear that. I like a lot of things. What about you?
I think it's a little different. Who, are you seeing my people who invested, people who inspired me to do? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, groups. I mean, is it
Oh,
Nat
groups.
Cole, Nat King Cole?
Oh,
Or who
okay.
really, like, inspired you?
Okay. People, definitely teachers. That's a wonderful story. People who actually spoke to me. I can tell you the moment of what directors in my high school that but one of the first moments was quickly, it was doing jazz and a big trombone back in the day. And the jazz band had an arrangement.
By the way, I'm sorry, do you still have a trombone?
You know, but I'm not gonna tell you that one.
You're holding out on me with this trombone.
I know, that's okay.
You can take that.
But I remember we were in jazz band and during the break, he said, "Here, Spencer." And he was just calling for, "Hey, you know this song?" It was Memory from Cats. And the jazz band played it and said, "You're gonna sing." I said, "What?" He said, "You're gonna sing." And the hard part was I didn't know the song really. I learned it like once in choir. But that moment, I was kind of went through with it, and I was on stage in front of all these people, my knees were knocking. I was like, oh my gosh, it was the scariest thing in my life, but I was there, that's it. I'm in love with it, that's it. So, I mean, it was someone who took the moment to expose me to all the music, and to go up to see shows and things like that, talk about excellence on stage and music, yeah. And that known my director, for Helsingin State, and I was part of the jazz choir. We toured all over the country, did one amazing thing, and just the perfection on stage, the stage craft, and tech and all those things. Being involved in knowing that. Some of the influences from who, my mom was big, we used to listen to it back in the day, 7 p.m., and we had these great songs, Elvis Fitzgerald, and like, I mean, great players, and I was like, wow, this music is amazing. And so I think I became an old head early, and I loved it, and the other reason was the traffic music, because a lot of music today is gorgeous, awesome, all tenor. For those of you who are not in, I'm a baritone. I can sing higher, but the color of my voice is lower, and I warmer resonance. Sorry. No, it's just a different sound these days, pop music, right? You don't hear a lot of lower that voices, right? So I kind of went to where I think I do what you believe that I have to do for, you know. There's nothing wrong with that, I'm not today, but just, you know, not that.
You gotta be yourself.
You gotta be yourself and find your own way. So mine was more legit and other things, but I kind of played that one. Thank you.
I have a parent question. I love music. I can't sing. My child gives me shut up all the time. And she has a great voice and she loves to sing. And so she's in concert choir and things like that. And my husband's also telling her to be quiet, not because she's bad, but just because she's always singing. But she doesn't want to take lessons with people. So like, no, she's like, I know how to sing. But she also wants audition places. How much did your parents push you into going into your path, or did you really just follow your own calling?
I would never want to do music with my parents. In the pew in church, I'd move over next year. Not a pretty thing. I think it has to do with, right now, I've got twins who are 9 and a 12-year-old.
God bless you.
Thank you.
They are adorable children. They are, okay, that's all with you.
Anyway, I'm blessed, but yeah, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. It's about, what activities are you do. Like athletics, right? What do you want to play? You can't play everything, right? So it's wrestling, it's basketball, it's baseball. It's about music is the exact same way. We have drums, we just got recorders in our house, and they have recorders.
Who put a drum set in your house? No. Those drums are No, I know.
No, drums that come in the house, right? But it's about exposure, the things they see, their friends try things. It's got music is the same way. I told my son, you can play any sport you want, you better check that box with music. And he was taking together lessons with Peter to play thing. And, now he moves on to then PA boy choir right now. And he's going to do that. I don't care what else he will know how to read music. So I think it's exposure, and then they find their way. That's the way it was. One last thing. My brother and I both did music, both did athletics, both got scholarships. And I went music, and he went athletics. So, we both successful in both.
I have 4 kids, and all of them are musicians. I thought, maybe one of them will get a real job.
That's what I was gonna say. How do you feel about that? Like,
So what am I supposed to say to them? No. They're already wonderful musicians. I'll say, the thing about having your kids take music lessons, I understand why you wouldn't want to initially, because when you're just enjoying yourself and having fun, it's kind of low pressure, and when you start to take lessons, there's this feeling like, well, then if I'm not good enough, the stakes are higher somehow. You know what I mean?
that makes sense.
But if you find a good teacher, it's a really wonderful, supportive, it can be really wonderful, courage building experience, because you actually know how you're doing what you're doing, instead of feeling it out. I don't know if that, it's unlikely that argument will make your daughter.
Probably not. I think I have to enlist other people to advocate because I don't know anything.
I didn't know about taking lessons, so I thought, well, you can take lessons, you can do that. I didn't know. Oh, really? Oh, you don't want to do that. That's how I do it.
How long have you guys been playing together?
I don't know, it feels like forever. It feels like I've known you forever.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ask such a difficult question.
No, I'm sorry. You're doing math. Math is over there. We're not even still in this yet. I don't know, 2 years, 2 years before the pandemic. Yeah, so like, I've had 6 years.
5 years? That's all?
5 years, yeah. Now, I have 4 minutes before we're done. Is that what we're doing?
Over there.
Carol, you let me know when I need to stop slapping those down.
You're in charge.
ASI chorus, you ready? Here we go.
All right, I will fast forward.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
All right. So, you folks are privileged to kind of get like early inside scoop of some stuff. So, we've been doing all these concerts all over the place. It's been wonderful and really fortunate. But the most recent one we launched, the 5th concert. We talked about the orders and keeping track. We did a little bit of We Should Not Move, civil rights tribute pieces, right? We talked about Paul Rosenz's music and his impact on the national stage and activism as well. We talked a little about the Great American Songbook, which is that whole Black magic. Okay. And then we also hit upon a little bit. For the Broadway space, Brothers on Broadway. That was a big article we did in Broadway. We have more songs that want to respect your time. In that show, I should talk about it, though, it's powerful. We go from everything from Porgy and Bess to Sophisticated Ladies to Pippin to a show called Golden Boy. We do Fancy the Opera's in there, because that we had the first black band was really important at the time in LA and moved over to New York City. That show finally had a black band and black Christine happen. All history, by the way, that's why that didn't happen, but finally did. We asked me actually to show his fun, Man of La Mancha, and then Ragtime, and we should do a whole Hamilton, which is awesome. So we tried to do the complete arc, all the way from 20 all the way to the now, if you will. I'm really thinking much of those gentlemen who led the way, joined the stage. That's the Broadway photos on Broadway. It's a great show. So we're going to fast forward the most recent one, which is from a show called Lord Write My Name. And we're really passionate about this one because what it does is take African American spirituals that were custom arranged by this gentleman, but it interlaces it with narratives from enslaved people, right? What they said at the time, slave owners, what they said at the time, and it injects the importance of the Bible, because, I'll tell you why, it is really curious that people who were taken from their homeland in Africa came over on these shores, or enslaved they were. Why did they adopt a Western religion and create this spiritual? And through this show, Lord Write My Name, we talk about the history and why that makes sense. And I can talk a little bit about it. If you think about it, through the Bible and Daniel in the lion's den, Joseph being freed from captivity, right? Moses being the Israelites out of Egypt. People at the time needed something. And they were like, wait a minute, if that God did that for them back then, even in the darkest hour of our experience right now, he probably can do that for me too. Suddenly you have these Africans who adopted their own religion of Christianity, and both spiritual and the words of the spiritual encoded messages to one another. So this whole show is an amazing educational panorama, but if you think about it, wading the water, what are we talking about? Walking the water, because the dogs can't track you. We talk about the gospel train, what are we talking about? Up the ground zone, right? We talk about the drinking gourd, follow the star, north star, go to the north. All these spirituals, those ways to think, all the ones you know, are typically messages that go to one another. The other thing that happened is that you'll find in the show is that folks actually had their names given away. They weren't allowed to use those names or first one identity. They were called terrible things. The show Lord Write My Name is about reclaiming your own identity, opportunity to have a name of your own. So we're going to do a couple of things to give you examples of what that setup is like. Yeah. All right, we're going to do a couple of things to think about narration on the issue of what that felt about the show. Let's do,
when I get the heaven full of my shoes, and turn the cherry dust love I heaven and spread the news, and turn the cherry dust trouble along, for the bird my God while I have breath, and turn the cherry dust trouble along, to walk into my Jesus after death, and turn the Lord, show me the way. Oh, my good Lord, show me the way. Oh, my good Lord, show me the way. Enter the chariot, travel along.
All right, folks, I think we're hitting the 3 o'clock hour plus, so I do expect that. We're gonna do one last one, and then we'll be out of here by the rest of the day. Thank you so much for having us. It was really an amazing experience. But hopefully, a little education, great questions, everybody. And we're gonna close out with one called English Wrote My Name. So, that's one close. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I went to the hillside, I went to pray. I know the angels done changed my name, done changed my name for the coming day. Thank God the angels done changed my name. Done changed my name for the coming day. I know the angels done changed my name, done changed my name for the coming day. Thank God the angels done changed my name. I looked at my hands and my hands were new. Thank God the angels done changed my name. I looked at my feet and my feet were too. Thank God the angels done changed my name. Done changed my name for the coming day. I know the angels done changed my name. Done changed my name for the coming day. Thank God Jesus done changed my name. Oh Lord, write my name. Oh Lord, write my name. Oh Lord, write my name. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. The master's name was usually adopted by a slave after he was set free. This was done more because it was the logical thing to do, and the easiest way to be identified than it was for any affection for his master. Also, the government seemed to be in an all-out hurry to have us get names. We had to register somewhere so we could be citizens. Well, I got to thinking about all those slaves who were going to take on the name Fitzpatrick. So I made up my mind I'd find me a different one. One of my grandfathers in Africa was called Joseph. And so I decided to be Jackson. Martin Jackson. Write my name when you get home. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. Yes, write my name with a golden pen. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. Write my name in the book of life. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. Yes, write my name in the dripping blood. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. Oh, write my name. Oh, write my name. Oh, write my name. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name. After freedom, a heap of people said it was going to name themselves over. They named themselves big names, then went roaming around like wild hunters. They changed up, so it was hard to tell where or who anybody was. People would die. You didn't know when you hear about it if it was your folks, all of them.
Some of the names were Abraham, and some called themselves Lincoln. Any big name, except in the master's name. It was the fashion. Lee White. Oh, nobody knows who I am, or who I am to the judgment morning. Heaven bells are ringing, the saints are singing, heaven bells are ringing in my soul. Don't wanna stumble, don't wanna fall, wanna be in heaven when the world is full. Oh, nobody knows who I am, or who I am to the judgment morning. My escape to a land of freedom now seems certain. What should be my name? My old master, Dr. Young, had no children himself, but he had a nephew. His name would be Willie. Same as mine. My mother was ordered to change mine to something else. This, at the time, I thought to be one of the most cruel acts that was committed upon my route. And I received several whippings for telling people that my name was William. Though young, I was old enough to place a high appreciation on my name. I was sold under the name Sanford. But as soon as the subject came to mind, I resolved in adopting my own name of William and let Sanford go by the board. For I always hated it. Not because of anything peculiar to the name, but because they had been forced upon me. And sometimes it's common in the South for slaves to take the name of their masters. But I always detested the idea of being called by the name of either of my masters. So I was not only hunting for my liberty, but also hunting for a name. So I regarded the latter with little consequence if I could but gain the former. Traveling along the road, I would sometimes speak to myself, sounding my name over and over by way of getting used to it before I should arrive among civilized humans. William Wells Brown. Doesn't change my name for the coming day. I know the angels doesn't change my name. One change my name for the coming day. Thank God the angels don't change my name. Oh Lord, write my name. Oh Lord, write my name. Oh Lord, write my name. The angels in the heavens gonna write my name.
That's wonderful, thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.